Hello everybody, I'm back with some more knife porn for all my knife addicts out there. Today we'll be talking about the Kershaw Volt, which is the knife in the middle here, sandwiched between the two griptilians. As you can see, I already got the specs on the left hand side, so go and pause the video to take a look at the specs and look at the size comparisons, but I'm trying to make more efficient use of my time on these videos, so I'll be trying to move a little quicker now. So let's go and get rid of these and put out the two credit cards and also the dollar. Here you are. Okay, let's go and move on. Excuse me. And we'll start with the size comparison to the palm of my hand. As you can tell, it is a rather large knife. No way I'm concealing this in my hand. Ergonomics wise, this is where the knife shines. One of the best parts of it is, I mean, look at the nice cutouts for your fingers. So when you go to wrap your hands around it, perfect. Look at that. Just nice. Feels very good in the hand. Your thumb drops right on top of the thumb ramp there. Very natural. Even in the reverse grip, although I can grab it, it doesn't really feel comfortable just because this handle is a little bit long. So I may have to move my grip up here before I can get a good grip on it, for any kind of downward stabbing motions. So let's go and zoom in a little bit and show you a little bit more about the knife here. So you can tell this is the titanium with the G10 inlay here. And I have to say, this is one beautifully designed knife by R.J. Martin, and I love how the excuse me, the pattern continues on and just goes into the blade as well. It has a reverse pattern on the blade itself, so very nice. On the reverse side, you won't see that. It's just gonna be full titanium on the reverse side. It does have the Rick Hinder lock stop here. Well, I do have a small gripe about this knife. I don't know if you guys can see, but the patterning on the handle itself, which runs the length of the handle, right? Same with this side. Right here runs the length of the handle, and a little bit on the G10 as well. And what it is when you're holding onto the knife and you're making like cutting motions, it feels like the knife wants to slide. Like slide this way in your hand, just because the patterning on the handle is naturally makes it feel that way. I mean, if it was perpendicular cut like this way, then you feel like you get a little bit more grip. So, but all in all, this is a very beautiful knife still. So with slight hiccups here and there. One of them being this pocket clip. Now, as nice and unique as this pocket clip is, first of all, it doesn't really quite fit the aesthetics of the knife. First off, the knife is very rounded, has very few sharp corners. In fact, I don't think it has any sharp corners on it, except for this pocket clip. This pocket clip is square. It looks like an afterthought bolted on. So I think I may just take it off. It's really, and plus here, look at this. It's flimsy. I can bend this out so easily. There's like no forces taking to bend this out, by the way. So, but I will say though, because of the smooth titanium, this knife clips to your pocket very easily. So, okay, let's move on. We got a nice lanyard hole here, a nice decent sized lanyard hole. You can pretty much thread anything through that. It is an open design. It's got 3 pillars on the back, and of course the pivot here. Here's a close-up of the jimping here, which I completely think is useless because it doesn't really hold your fingers on it at all. I mean, you can feel traction, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to keep your hand or finger from sliding. So, but hey, just like someone on YouTube mentioned, some jimping is better than no jimping. So, and I completely agree with that. All right, so it's got the adjustable pivot screw on here, and here's the shot of the frame lock here. The locking bar currently right now is pretty early. I have been playing with this, but it does not seem to be moving over at the moment. But I'm sure with more break-in time, the lock will probably move over eventually. The locking bar, one thing I really like is that they left a lot of material on the bend here, so it is actually rather stiff instead of being very loose. For example, like my A.G. Russell Akias. And now there is the Rick Hinder lock stop, as I mentioned, and it's perfect because it does stop it from bending out too far. But the lock is so stiff anyways, they probably didn't really need it, but it's always nice to have anyways, regardless. So, blade detent is pretty good. So the blade, you can't shake the blade out, so that's very nice. Deployment, very easy. When you go to, let's see, show you here, just pull on it, comes right out, very smooth. Now, I wouldn't say this is IKBS smooth, but it is smooth for a non-IKBS folder. I mean, there's almost like no friction with this knife, and it is left and right ambidextrous, as you can see. So, let's go and zoom back in here. So, all right, so you can see this is number 140. This is a blem signified by the 3 X's on the blade itself here. You can see it there, it says designed by R.J. Martin. All right. Now the blade is where this one is completely significant here. It's got the M390 composite steel on here. I believe it's got the copper filling in between the 2 steels here. I believe this is a blend. I first thought it was a handle, but most people corrected me. It's actually in the blade itself. See if I can get this as close as possible. You can see here some of the divots in the copper here. I mean, this side actually doesn't look too bad. I believe it's the other side that has the most problems, like this right here, where it's kind of inconsistent right here. See that like big, huge missing chunk of copper in the middle there? Yeah, I believe that's what it is. So, but yeah, very, very beautiful, you know, nonetheless. So, I mean, I highly enjoy playing with this knife and using it. I actually do use this knife, by the way. As incredible as it sounds, since I don't really use many of my knives. So, but anyway, so that's some macros of the knife here. My final thoughts are this is a very unique knife, and I'm very happy to own this. And again, I have to thank Ethan CFBZ for selling me this knife. But this knife is very awesome. I really like using it, and it's very beautiful to boot. I mean, this knife is more like a work of art to me than really anything else. I mean, but it is a user. It is sharp. So all Kershaws, or at least all the Kershaws I've owned, are all sharp. So I have no complaints there, and very functional. But a few of the letdowns is the patterning on the handle itself. Feels like the knife is too slippery, may slip out of your hands. The pocket clip, to me, at least in my opinion, is a kind of a letdown. Kind of flimsy, and you know, not much thought was put into that, at least what I can see. But other than that, I mean, that's just like small nitpicky things that you know, scar an otherwise absolutely fantastic knife. So before I go, I want to show you, I just picked one of these up. I'm gonna make it a Kershaw day today, but I picked up a Kershaw Clash assisted opening. Excellent value for money. These things are only like 26 bucks or something like that. Very thick, very uber sharp, although the steel is only the China made, I believe it's the 8 CR13 MOV steel, but still, you can't get better knife for value of money. And I'll be doing a review on this for the upcoming videos I'll have. And of course, more knives to come. So again, thank you to everybody who has subscribed, rated, or commented, or provided very helpful feedback. You all have been great, and I do appreciate it. So thank you to all, and I will catch you guys on the next review. Okay, take care.